Hello students, welcome in the second lecture for your first civic unit, that is democracy and equality. Now till now we have learned in the previous period that democracy is a form of a government in which people elect their representatives, and we have also seen different forms of a government that are prevailing throughout the world. We have seen authoritarian form of a government in which central authority is there and that authority rules over the country, and the central authority can eliminate the competitor by the suppressing them. Second form of government that we have seen is monarchy. Monarchy were of two types. The person who acts as a state head is called as monarch, and in absolute monarchy he is the supreme head. He has limitless power. He is not bounded by any law. And second form of monarchy, that's constitutional monarchy. In constitutional monarchy, the monarch he has limited power, and those powers are limited by the constitution of the country. The third form of a government that we saw last time was communist. It was a form of a government in which money or the property of a country was equally distributed among the society. So the property was owned by the community and it was distributed from person to person on the basis of their needs and the liabilities. Now in this period, we will be focusing on, we will be elaborating what is democracy and what are the features of a democracy and how the power is divided in the democracy and what is universal adult franchising. Now if you remember that back in the last video also we had glimpses of this universal adult franchising. We will see in detail in this unit. So the word democracy is originated from the combination of two words, that is demos, which means people, and kratos, meaning power. So this is the form of government in which power lies in the people, right? So this is the form of a government in which people elect their representatives. So the main feature of the democracy is equal power given to all citizens. Which powers? To elect the representative, to control representative, and to remove the government from the power if they are unhappy with it. So if you are not happy with your leader, you can remove your leader with the democracy. You have been given a power to elect your representative. And once you have elected your representative, and if you are not happy with that representative, with that leader, you can remove that government from their authority. So it can be called as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So democracy is government by the people because people elect the people, for the people because that government is for the people, and of the people because the government has formed by themselves. It's a very famous statement about democracy. It is the government of the people who run the country. The people among us run the country only. Right? Who elect them? We elect them. They are elected by us only. Right? For what they elect? For what they work? They elect for us only. So that's why it's called as, it is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So democracy, we have the right of representing or electing our representatives. So it means that the rule by elected representative of the people. Everyone who has attained 18 years of age has equal right of casting only one vote. Right? So everybody has got equal power, equal importance in this form of a system. Just read the story. So Varun was elated and excited as the summer holidays had just begun. So it has the summer time. He and his mother had gone to watch a movie On the way to home, he saw a large group of people listening to a man on a mic. Somebody is talking on the mic and a gathering is hearing this. And one asked, "Who is he, mom?" And the mom says, "He is a politician, Varun. The elections are coming up and he's arguing for the people to vote for him. He's also telling them the changes he will bring once he elected." Right? So what do you think the duties are of politician? Now he is a politician. He is a politician and he is arguing people to vote for him. He is making himself advertised. He is making advertisement of himself. He is telling what changes that he will bring once he gets elected. So what do you think the duties of politicians? I think that the politicians do what they promise. They will be the best. Right? So governing forming new rules, forming new laws of a society and making aware the government of the problems of the people is the duties of the politician. To taking care of the society, entire society, right, is the duty of the politician. You can think of the many duties that a politician will have. See, somebody is there to help you is the politician. Because people are agreeing with him, people are voting for him. And that's what his duty, to work for the people, to work for the society. Features of a democracy. We have seen that democracy is the rule by the people for the people. Right? So powers are vested in the people only. How? They execute the powers in the elections. Now, I not go to anybody and elect him as my leader. I will have to vote for him. Right? So what type of a power is given to me or vested in me? The elections. Not ruled by one party alone. You don't have only one party in democracy, right? So many political parties compete with each other, and of them only one will become a ruling party, and rest of other will act as opposite party. See, so many parties are present in the democracy. Of them, only one becomes the ruling party, and rest of others will become the opposition parties. Now, those opposition parties will check the ruling party. So, the opposition parties will keep the ruling party in check. That's what is the benefit of having many parties in the democracy. We have opposition parties, and yes, there is division of power. We'll see that in detail. So, how power is divided? See, in authoritarian form of a government and in monarchy also, the power was centralized. If the sole power is given to somebody, there are, say, lots of concern that the power can be misused. To avoid such misusing of the powers are separated in democratic countries. In democracy, there is a division of power. So we have separate legislature, we have executive body that is independent of legislature, and most importantly, we have judiciary, which is also independent from the rest of the divisions. The legislature forms a parliament in which we have Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President. So those people are involved in the forming the policies, making the policies. In executive body, we have government officials that implements the policies made by the legislators. And judiciary acts as a supervisor on both of them. Also, judiciary resolves the conflict between the citizens of the country. It's very important to have independent judiciary, because if any one of them is using their power, then judiciary, as it's independent, can keep check over them. This is the benefit of having independent judiciary. And that's why we said that we live in a beautiful country. Right? Indian Constitution has made such a provision that the powers will not be centralized to the government. The powers are distributed. So we have independent legislature, we had independent executive, and we had independent judiciary. Next, universal adult franchise, you will see all the people voting there, irrespective of their sex, irrespective of their social status, they are voting. So, adult, who is considered as adult? Anybody who is above the age of 18 is considered as adult. Universal means irrespective of gender, caste, creed, occupation or religion, and franchising means to cast the vote. So universal adult franchising means any adult above the age of 18, irrespective of gender, caste, creed, occupation or religion, will have the power of vote. He will be able to cast his vote. He will be able to cast one vote each. It's not that a person who is from wealthy family will cast 10 votes, and an individual from the poor family will cast only one vote. It's not like that. Everybody, every adult will cast only one vote. And that's what the beauty of the universal adult franchise. So we elect our representatives by taking part into the election, by casting our vote. Everybody of us, irrespective of gender, irrespective of the caste, creed and occupation or religion, we are given the same equal opportunity to elect our representatives. This is the democracy in which we can cast our vote, and in democracy everyone is equal. Everyone is equal irrespective of their gender, caste, economic or social status. Everybody will have only one vote. It's not that one person from one community will have right of casting 10 votes and one will have only right of one vote. It's not that. Each individual has got a chance to vote at once only. So, if such things are not possible, consider yourself in a democracy where one man can cast a 10 vote and rest of the 9 people cast only one vote. Will there be equality? There will be more powers given to the one man who is able to have the ability to cast 10 votes. So if you don't have equality, there will be no democracy. Right? A democratic form of a government is such form of a government where there is equality. So it's vice versa. If equality is there, then and then democracy will flourish. And democracy is a form of a government in which there is equality. So without equality, democracy cannot exist. And there are very few incidences in the world where without democracy, equality is present. Very few incidences are there. So I hope that I was able to convince you about democracy. So you could understand what democracy is. It's a form of a government in which government is formed by the people, for the people, and of the people, and various features of a democracy in which division of power and universal adult franchise. Now that's it for today. Let's meet in the next video in which we'll be discussing more about equality and various steps taken by the government to spread the equality among all the citizens of India. Hope you have liked this video. Let's meet soon. Till then, bye.